Rolling?
Hey everyone, this is Circus tutorial part 2 for the Britney medley. And this is part 2 of the tutorial, but this is actually the first part of the dance. And the reason why is the first half of the dance is actually much easier than the second half. This part will be the easier one, and we'll get more and more practice with the first half of the dance. But let's go ahead and do part 2, which is the first half of the dance. So this is the beginning of the circus song. You'll hear just like a circus, and you'll know that it's ready to go. So it'll be 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So basically it goes on the ahas, and actually those counts might be off, but it'll go ha, 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 let's go. So let me just break down those moves for you. You step out and your arms are perpendicular to the floor. Then the second move is you look down and your fingertips go face down to the floor. Then you do another level down where you straighten your arms down, but everything's still facing the floor. Next move is you bring everything straight. Then you take a slight step back with your right foot, and in the meantime you slid your hand from your hip to your chest level. And then your left foot joins your right foot, but you just keep it still on your toes. You just slide it back, and your hand slides over to your chest. And then the next move is you step out with your left foot, and you hit with your fist, your right fist to the right. Doesn't matter what this hand is doing, just kind of keep it out of the way. So then you return back here. You'll see this kind of move too a lot in the circus choreography. It means to indicate a top hat. So let's just do that again. It's ha, 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 ha. Let's go. So after let's go is the real dance break. The music kind of speeds up. So you're just here. First move is this. So you basically just throw your hand around and you step out with your right to the right. Then next move, your feet come together, right fist straight out, left fist to your head. And then you do a roll. You'll probably just have time to do 1 or 2 with your fist going towards you rather than away from you. So you wind it back. Then the next move is you crunch down, and legs are bent, waist is bent, but fists are straight out to the back. Next move to get out of this is you put both fists out in front of you, and you take a step back with your left foot. Next move is you just bring the fist back to your chest, and the next move is you kind of do this little running thing to get back to your spot, and that's on the and then the move after that is crunch down, hit, and then you kind of do this thing where you lift your hands and your heel at the same time, so that you just kind of like pop. It's like a attitude pose, just and then you hit on this side, so you go boom, boom. So let's see if we can do that from here, just so we know what we're going from. Or actually, maybe we could do it from the top. So let's just go ha, 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 ha. Let's go boom, bam, boom, 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 bam, boom, bam, ha, bam, boom, boom, bam, boom. Okay, so you just finished hitting here. You do another one of those what's ups, and then you clasp both hands and you shoot it out so that your arms and your legs are almost doing this diagonal pose. And this is another hit it and quit it moment where you just punch, punch, and then another one of these, So punch, and then you do something similar to that attitude move, but you actually swirl your hands around at the wrist. And while you're doing that, your foot is mimicking. You're kind of crunching in your core here, and your knee is kind of jerking up here. And it'll go with the music too. So it's a punch, attitude, swirl, swirl, and then another diagonal hit this way. So it's boom. And then when you land this one, when you put your feet down, this is going to be the big attitude one. You kind of snap to the audience by just going like this. So let's do that again from the diagonal punch. So it's punch, attitude, swirl, swirl, punch, down, and Then you just walk around yourself. And then she says while you're walking around, I'm running this. And that's your cue to do a run. So you're going to do something that's kind of like, it's not really quite like a running man. It's more like you're kind of doing this weird skiing thing almost. So your body is at an angle, and you're going to start with your right first. So right, and the best way to explain this, I guess, is you lean forward and you put your right foot down, and then you angle your body at a diagonal. Then you get back up and do the same thing on the other side. So it's boom, boom, boom. And you do 1, 2, 3 of those. And I think that's the focus of the music is yeah. And for yeah, you just kind of, you take your hands and you kind of do this flowering movement from your core to your chest. And while you're doing that, you're also stepping out with your left foot. And then boom. So again, you take your hands and you're kind of forming a flower with it. You're moving it up from your core through your chest and following it with your foot. And then it goes left foot, right foot, down. So left foot, right foot, down. And then she says, like a what? So you go step, step, and then right over left, turn, and it goes like a circus. And that'll be the end, and then you could do the choreography from the other tutorial. But let's just break that down. So we just did like a what? We just finished here. Like a what? Like a circus. So while you're doing this, this is like almost like a Cabbage Patch movement. This arm is making a big circular motion going this way, and this other arm and fist is doing a smaller circle over here. And while those two are doing circles, your knees are also doing circles. So basically this fist and this knee are together, and this fist and this knee are together, and you're kind of doing kind of like this weird Cabbage Patch. And if you can do this really low, that would be great. I can't do it with my knees. So basically it's like a circus. So it goes from here, and you're kind of doing a step too on your right foot, and then on the other side you do a step on the other foot. And this will be just kind of a similar thing where this is doing a small circle this way, this one is doing a big circle this way, but your knees are still following each other. So you could just do this a bunch of times and see if you can do it. So it's like, and then for the last like a circus, you're basically going to do a circle around your head. In the video, it looks like they were practicing without a hat on, but it might have been something like where you're going around your top hat, grabbing it and throwing it, but all you need to do is go around your head and throw. So it's like circus. So ah is here, then you start to bend this knee right, and then when you throw, you kind of rest on that leg. And then you go to neutral, and then you can do the second part of the dance. So I hope that helps. Move on to part one.